Hello and welcome to ScoringNote.com's video series on the notation program Dorico. My name is Doug Gibson, and today we will be looking at the new guitar features found in Update 3.1. This is a part of an ongoing series on ScoringNotes.com that looks at every aspect of Dorico in detail. For the video containing the in-depth look at the guitar notation and our review, please see the link below. In this video, we are only going to look at the new features for 3.1. Our first feature to discover is the ability to name a chord and create a diagram that omits essential notes. To demonstrate, I'm going to open up a new score. Now, remember, the chord diagram feature must be enabled under the setup menu. Once we've completed that, I will now go ahead and spell out the chord I want. There are a number of ways I can enter pitches, and I've decided to use the interval spelling option. Now, I have exactly the notes I wish to have played, and Dorico has featured them correctly on the tablature stave. I'm going to wish to call this a D minor 11th chord. Now, if you notice, there is neither a D nor an F, which would be considered essential notes with this sonority. Our wish for the future versions of Dorico would be to have the chord diagram shape reflect the identical shape contained on the tablature stave. This would save the user from having to execute a redundant extra step, as the fingering is already clearly specified. Now, it's not too hard to correct, as everything you're seeing here I'm doing in real time. So I'm able to adjust the chord diagram, and look at how smart Dorico is. The note's not in the chord diagram, D and F. That is absolutely correct. And you can see Dorico has interpreted correctly my intention. So I'll go ahead and save this. And now let's just, for the sake of experimenting, let's see how Dorico behaves with a little bit of just gibberish on my end. So what I'm going to do is just take this one note C, and I'm going to call that a D minor 11th chord. And what has happened is, which I like the idea of, is that it's made the chord symbol that I created the default symbol for D minor 11 that pops up. Now, if I call this chord something, well, it's not even a chord, it's a note, something else, like C minor 11, we get a much more stock standard chord shape, which is perfectly fine. Our next updated feature takes us into the chord diagram library. We have a new option of being able to select 4, 5, or 6 note chords, which is designed to allow for users of all fretted instruments to find their respective instruments faster. There is also the update of having user-created chords appear as a different color. These moves all aim to speed up the workflow of sorting through hundreds or even perhaps over 1,000 different chord shapes. My wish for Dorico version 4 would be to have the ability to select 4, 5, or 6 note chord shapes as an option for only guitar chords. This option would be perfect for the cage system, which is already organized in the same fashion. Out of all these hundreds of chords, well over 90% are going to be variations just on these 5 standard shapes. Additionally, the 4-note chord voicing option would be ideal for more sophisticated harmonic approaches to guitar. The most notable example would be the theory of jazz guitarist Pat Martino, and the view that jazz guitarists often employ, which is that the guitar is not built like the piano, but rather its organization is based upon diminished chords and augmented triads. 3.1 has some cool new fingering text options. It is now possible to indicate using the thumb of the left hand for fretting notes. Also, new open string indicators. Both of these features work like a charm. My favorite new option, though, is the avoid collisions. I think the Dorico team must be commended for both the speed and the number of features included in this free update. It is very clear that they are working very hard and listening to the users' requests. There's a very active Dorico forum, and with the hard work of the engineers behind Dorico trying to incorporate all the suggestions from the forum into future updates, the future of Dorico looks very bright indeed.